Hi everybody, this is Amit Kumar and I welcome to QlikView tutorial. Today I'm going to show you some of the important topics on data model. While doing the data model, although we are doing various activity, but we might not know the concept or the criticality of the data model. So the same type of concept I'm going to elaborate today. One concept is information density and another is subset ratio. So what is information density? Information density here is it is a ratio, or we can say the ratio of not null values in a table. Suppose there will be 10 records in a table, and out of which, if suppose there will be 10 records and 3 fields in the table. In field 1, suppose 5 data will be blank. Okay, in field 1 column 5 cells will be blank. So in that case the information density of that table will be 50%. So ultimately we can say it is a density of the not null values in the table. Suppose f1, f2, f3, these are the 3 fields of a table. Now I have 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I do have 5 records. Say I do have 5 records here. Now what we can say, say for I do have 10 records here. So alright, now you can see in this table how many records are there. There are 10 records. Now in this particular column F2, if you see there are 2 records are blank, this and this. Now if you see the 2 records are blank, then what we can say here, the 2 records are blank, so the information density will not be 100% here. However, this will be 100%. Okay, now we can say for this column F2, the information density will be how much? It will be 80%, because 20% of this data is blank. So that's what the information density is. If you see the F3, then the same way we can say the information density of this column is 100%. Okay, so this is all about information density. Now whenever we would like to see the same thing from our data model, let us see, you can just hover the mouse on a table and you can see the information density is 100%, whereas you can see some of the information density are less also in other fields. For example, most of these data are 100%. I mean, wherever we have not null values, that would be 100%. Like here in this country table, in this server table, this data is 33%. That means if there would be 1000 records, 33% of the record is having the values. However, the rest of the data will be null. That's what the information density is. Now, coming up next is subset ratio. If you see this order ID, the subset ratio is 100% and information density is 100%. Now, if you see the same thing, order ID over here, it's also showing 100%. What does it mean? Subset ratio. That means if this is a parent table, this will be its child table. This is order table and this is order detail table. So order table is keeping the parent ID of this order detail table is keeping the parent ID of order table. Against one order, there are multiple order items present in this order detail table. Okay. So scenario may be in this way. Suppose against one order, there could be some order items in this order table, or it might be blank. Suppose there are 5 orders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Against one order, order number 1, you might have values. Against order number 2, you might not have values. In that case, the subset ratio will be less. If the subset ratio will be 1 to 1, then the if the this item will be 1 to 1, then the subset ratio will be 100%. Just to see the subset ratio with an example, let us see here. This is the first table. I'll have one more table. Assume that this is order detail table and assume that this is order table. This is order value. So all right. Now this order ID, which is the primary key of this table F1, is the foreign key of this table. Okay. And this order detail also has a primary key. Okay, this is the order detail ID, which is the primary key of this order detail table, and order ID is the foreign key of this table because this is derived from this order table. All right, this is the foreign key. So this order ID is having 10 records and each data in this column are filled. The information density of this order ID is 100%. Information density of this order ID column in this order detailed order table is 100%. Same way, now the information density of this order ID column in this order detail table is also 100%. Now what about subset ratio? This also currently it's 100% because if you have 10 records 1 to 10 against each IDE, okay, against each order IDE there is a record in this order detail table. If you have 1 to 10, we have also 1 to 10 orders here. So this is completely 100%. The subset ratio is completely 100%. Assume that I have deleted 2 records. So here in the order detail table we have 1 to 8 and order ID is having 1 to 7 and then 10. So 8 and 9 is not there. That means the relationship of these 2 records 8 and 9 will not be found here in this order detail table. So two records from 10 records is going to be, from total 10 records is going to be 20%, right? Okay, so that means in that case 20% of the data is missing in this order detail table, right? If it is 20% is missing, in that case our subset ratio in this table, in this column order ID will be 80%. I repeat, subset ratio of order ID in the order table will be 80%. Whereas subset ratio of this order ID in this order detail table will be 100%. This is a table which do not have any subset table. I can say order detail is a subset of order table, right? So in that case, whichever the table is the parent table, in that table only we can find out the subset ratio. So this order ID is going to have the subset ratio. Order ID of this order table will be going to have the subset ratio, and the subset ratio will be 80% here because there are 80% matching of this record are available in this order detail table. If you see the match, then in that case this two data will be lacking. So from total record, that is 15 records, of there is 10 records, we will have 8 records unmatched. That will be unmatched from the order detail table. So that is why we can call as 80% subset ratio of the order table. And from this order detail table, if you just hover the mouse, the subset ratio would be 100% because it does not have any subset table. This table is itself is a subset of order table. So the same way, if you see this order table, we do have 100% of the data, and in this order detail table also it's showing the subset ratio 100%. That means if you have 1000 records in this table, against those 1000 records there would be 1000 records in this order detail table. But somewhere you will find here it is order, the product ID. Okay, the product ID is information density is 100%. That means all the products are, means all the columns are having informations of product ID here. But if you see this in subset ratio, that means it is showing 26%. That means if there are 1000 records here, for 1000 record we could have 250 around products in this product table. Here it is 26%. Now if you see this subset ratio of this product table, it is showing 99%. How come? The same way, because it is the table which do not have the subset table, this is being derived from this order detail. So it's showing more, 99.3, almost 100%. Right? The same way it's work. Like region, it has 97%, it has only 9%. Subset ratio is only 9%. Okay, same way it works. Alright, so this is all about subset ratio and information density. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.